Hello, welcome to iRoslyn. In this video, I'll be talking about things you need to know about the United Arab Emirates, especially as an internationally trained nurse looking forward to practice here someday. The UAE, United Arab Emirates, is a country with 7 emirates, namely Abu Dhabi, which is the capital city, Dubai, which every one of us know about. In fact, people think Dubai is a country. No, Dubai is an emirate in United Arab Emirates. Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Makwin, and Fujairah. So these are the 7 emirates here in UAE. Abu Dhabi is the capital of United Arab Emirates. Dubai is the most populous city with a population of about 3.5 million as at 2022, and it is the second largest in landmass after Abu Dhabi. Although the official language in this country is Arabic, but English language is widely spoken, as about 83% of those in this country are foreigners. The UAE is one of the most economically developed in the Middle East, with a world-class health facilities and infrastructures. And these infrastructures have developed over the years. UAE is a country with diverse cultural background. Like I said earlier, 83% of people living in this country are foreigners. So we have diverse cultures, diverse educational background, diverse linguistic background, diverse religion, and even as a nurse, diverse clinical experiences. So if you're planning to come to the United Arab Emirates as a nurse or as an healthcare professional, even other professions outside the healthcare industry, you must be open to be able to adapt to diverse cultures. The currency spent in UAE is the UAE dirham. The dirhams comes in denomination of 5 dirham, 10 dirham, 20 dirham, 50 dirham, 100 dirham, 200 dirham, 500 dirham, and 1000 dirham, just like we have in Nigeria. And the coins, we have 1 dirham, 50 fils, and 25 fils. Because the number of Emirati are minimal, the number of nurses that are Emirati are also minimal. They are low. Therefore, the UAE government will continue to outsource the help of foreign and internationally trained nurses to boost the healthcare system in this country. So there would always be recruitment of nurses from outside. Currently, there is no country-wide system of registering nurse in the UAE. Like in my home country as a Nigerian, we have a unified system at the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. But here in UAE, each Emirates have their nursing bodies. But all of these healthcare bodies comply to the same unified healthcare requirements. So they issue different licenses according to the Emirates you are registering into. What I am trying to say is that if you are coming to the United Arab Emirates to work in Abu Dhabi, which is the capital city, you have to register under the body Act, HAAD, which is Health Authority of Abu Dhabi. If you are planning to come to Dubai to work, then you have to register under the body DHA, Dubai Health Authority. And if you're planning to come to other 5 emirates apart from Abu Dhabi and Dubai, other 5 emirates have their body, which is the MOH, Ministry of Health. So under the MOH, we have the 5 emirates: Ajman, Sharjah, Al Makwin, Ras Al Khaimah, and Fujairah. If you are a nurse planning to come to the United Arab Emirates, it is therefore important that you make your research well to know the emirate where you want to practice, as that is the first step to be able to register under the body in that emirate. Hopefully in my next video, I will talk about how to do the registration online. But before then, I would like to say that if you are a diploma nurse from your home country, when you get to UAE after writing the exam and passing the exam, you would be given a license of an assistant nurse. You know, in Nigeria, even as a diploma nurse, you are entitled to be a registered nurse. But here in the United Arab Emirates, as a diploma nurse, you are entitled to an assistant nurse license. But if you are a BNSC nurse, then you would be given the license of a registered nurse. So as a diploma nurse, you are an assistant nurse here in UAE, and as a BSc nurse, you are a registered nurse. Requirements to register as a nurse in UAE. One, you would need your international passport. So if you're planning to come here anytime soon, then start working on your international passport. You would need your passport photograph. You would need your nursing registration and your nursing license. Also, 2 years experience, but of recent I heard they have waived this 2 years experience. But when I came in, it was compulsory. I will try to make more research on that and give you the feedback about that later. But when I came in, 2 years experience was mandatory, but of recent I heard they have waived it. You need your birth certificates, also your transcripts, your school transcripts, letter of good standing, not older than 6 months. So this letter of good standing is also the good standing certificate, and this you can get from the Nursing and Midwifery Council in your own country. As a Nigerian, Nursing and Midwifery Council in Abuja, they would make it available for you. Just write to them, you will pay some token, you will pay some thousands of naira. Okay, so write to the Nursing and Midwifery Council and they would make the letter of good standing available. And also you would need BLS certificate. Your BLS certificate should be valid also. I hope I'm not forgetting any, but if there's any I remember, I would gladly make it known in my next video or in my subsequent videos. So having gotten all of these requirements, you would scan all of these documents on the portal, depending on the Emirates you want to work. If it is DHA, Dubai Health Authority, their website is dha.gov.ee. If it is AD, that is Health Authority of Abu Dhabi, their website is ad.ae, haad.ae. And if it is the other 5 Emirates, MOH, then their website is moh.gov.ae, moh.gov.ae. Scan all of those documents and register on their site, upload it on their site. You would make the initial payment and they would verify. This verification can take 3 months, and it can even be more than that depending on how fast the Nursing and Midwifery Council in your own country responds to them. But most times it takes like 3 months. That's why it is advisable that you gain information, not that you just travel to a country and say, okay, I want to start the process. No, you would have wasted your visa, you would have wasted a lot of money on food and accommodation, and you can't work without a license. So because this process will take like 3 months, it is important that you start these processes in your own country. When you know that, okay, I am ready to fly, I am ready to come, then start the process, maybe 3 months or 4 or 5 months to the time that you want to come. Start the process from your own country, so that when you would have finished with the process, you would just come and write the exam, pass, and get your license and start working immediately, instead of coming here and starting the process from the beginning and wasting months not doing anything and wasting money on accommodation, feeding, rent, and all of those. This verification is what we call the data flow. The government of UAE will verify all your documents if they are genuine. They would verify from the Nursing and Midwifery Council in your own country. So after the verification, you would receive a data flow report. It's either that the data flow is completed and accepted or rejected, or they will tell you Probably the document you scanned is not clear. They'll tell you to rescan and re-upload and all of those. So it's important, if you're scanning, scan it clearly, because it will take, before they would reply you and say, okay, it's not clear and you have to upload again, and it will take them probably another 1 month to reply you that, okay, now we have accepted it, or they will give you another complaint, you understand? So that is why you can't ascertain the number of months it will actually take. Depending on how clear your documents are, depending on how fast the Ministry of Health or the Nursing and Midwifery Council in your home country responds to them. So all of this contributes to the time that would be spent in this data flow process. Now, after the verification and your documents have been clarified and ascertained to be authentic, then you would be required to write the exam. You would also pay for the exam. For the prices, I am not sure of the present price, but in my next video, when I will be talking about how to go about the registration, I would have gotten the exact and the current price of all of these stages, from the registration to the data flow to the exam and to the license fee. So by then, I would let you know the cost. After the data flow process and everything has been verified to be authentic, you would be required to write the exam. This exam is a 2-hour multiple choice exam comprising of 70 questions. In order for you to pass this exam, you will be required to pass at least 60% of the questions. And this 60% is equivalent to 42 questions out of 70 questions. Note, you only have 3 attempts to pass this exam. But after the 3rd attempt, you can't practice as an health professional in UAE, except you show an evidence of further study. It is easy to pass, it is easy to fail. Now, after writing the exam, the results will be out in, let's say, 2-3 working days. It's not usually more than that, 3 working days at most. And if you pass the exam, you would be given a letter of eligibility, which makes you eligible to work in the UAE, either as an assistant nurse or as a registered nurse. It is this letter of eligibility that you can use to start applying for a job in attachment with your CV. And this letter of eligibility is only valid for 1 year. That means you have 1 year to be able to get a job, of which you would get a job definitely. We have home care jobs, we have jobs in private facilities, we have job in government facilities. You will definitely get a job, office job, school nurse, and all of that. So you definitely get a job, but that eligibility letter is only valid for 1 year, of which when you have gotten the job, your employer will help you. It's your employer that will then convert the eligibility letter to the license, and then you become a licensed nurse in the UAE. Those that are exempted from writing this exam, number 1, the UAE nationals, that's the Emirates, the locals in the land. Number 2, those that graduated from the universities in UAE, because already they have written their council exam to be able to pass. So there is no need to writing this exam again to be eligible for the license. And number 3, applicants that are having their license from countries like the UK, like US, like Canada, from Australia, and some other few countries. Thank you for riding with me through this video. Remember to click on the subscribe button, also like and share to your friends that also want to japa. Remember to share to your friends, don't hold this information to yourself. God bless you. By God's grace, in my next video, I will talk about the registration process and the cost of registration. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye.